Good morning, America. Deal to end the war in Gaza. President Trump sends U.S. troops to Chicago and the heroes who banded a crisis. Breaking news. Israel and Hamas take a step towards peace, agreeing to phase one of a plan to bring home the hostages, end the war in Gaza. Some families of the hostages speak with the president.
They're all coming back on Monday.
This morning, what comes next after 2 years of war? We have team coverage from the Middle East to Washington.
Breaking overnight, Texas National Guard troops deployed to Chicago with the battle in court to stop them.
No Trump, no ICE, no troops!
And the protests overnight.
Deadly Palisades fire arrest.
We will prove beyond a reasonable doubt that he intentionally started this fire and maliciously.
After thousands of homes were torched, what we know about the Uber driver in custody.
Shutdown enters day 9.
But we need the lights turned back on, so we encourage both of you to go open the government.
Speaker Johnson and Minority Leader Jeffries in heated exchanges.
You voted to shut the government down.
You're making a show of this to make yourself relevant.
It's sad. You could easily sign on.
You're embarrassing yourself right now.
Connecticut mom due in court, accused of trying to poison the father of a child by pouring antifreeze in his wine. What investigators say she told them.
Cryptocurrency scam.
I'm in danger.
Okay, stop putting money in there.
How a woman came one click away from losing her life savings.
She was my angel.
The quick thinking that helped stop it. And the new warning about scams using Bitcoin ATMs. ABC News investigates.
Thank goodness Dolly Parton sets the record straight.
I don't think God is through with me, and I ain't done working.
What we are learning about her health challenges.
Ozempic, inside the hunt for counterfeit weight loss drugs.
Patients are willing to do anything to get their hands on this product, and they're risking their lives.
And the red flags to look out for.
How do you spot a counterfeit?
Princess Kate's warning about the epidemic of disconnection when it comes to your phone and family.
Helicopter crash heroes, the moment a group of Good Samaritans raced in after this medical chopper crashed in the middle of a highway. How they work together with courage in crisis to lift it up.
Live from ABC News headquarters in New York City, it's Thursday. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America. Thank you for joining us on a very busy Thursday morning. And we want to get right to that breaking news overnight, the first phase of a peace plan in the Middle East.
There are believed to be 20 hostages alive in Gaza after 2 years in captivity. If all goes as planned, they will be released in the coming days.
As Michael said, this is the first phase of the agreement. It envisions an end to the war and rebuilding of Gaza. Of course, Gaza devastated in this 2-year conflict. We're going to have reaction in Israel, more on how the deal came together. Chief White House correspondent Mary Bruce starts us off. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, George. Well, this is a major breakthrough and a huge accomplishment for the president. After months of deadlock, the hostages set to finally come home. The president is hailing this as a first step, saying it could lead to lasting peace in the Middle East. But this morning, there are still big questions about what comes next. After 2 years of devastating war, this morning, President Trump celebrating a historic step toward peace, telling Fox,
"This is more than Gaza. This is peace in the Middle East, and it's an incredible thing."
Trump announcing on social media what he describes as the first phase of the peace plan, saying Hamas will release all of the hostages very soon.
We think they'll all be coming back on Monday. So it looks like that's the thing. And that'll include the bodies of the dead.
In return, Israel will withdraw its troops to an agreed-upon line. It comes after months of tense negotiations and deadlock. At the White House yesterday, the president interrupted by Secretary of State Marco Rubio, seen handing him a note and then whispering in Trump's ear. Photographers catching the handwritten message. "We need you to approve a Truth Social post soon so you can announce deal first." Shortly after, the president doing just that, announcing to the world what he describes as the first step toward a strong, durable, and everlasting peace, calling it a great day and thanking mediators from Qatar, Egypt, and Turkey who worked to make it happen. The deal also negotiated by Trump's envoy Steve Witkoff and his son-in-law Jared Kushner. The families of the hostages welcoming the news. The White House sharing this video overnight of some of them speaking with the president and Commerce Secretary.
What do you guys have to say to President Trump?
Thank you. They're all coming back on Monday.
In Israel, a similar scene of joy. The sister of one hostage popping champagne to celebrate her upcoming release. There are 48 remaining hostages, 28 of whom are confirmed dead. It was 2 years ago this week that Hamas attacked Israel, killing 1,200 people, taking 250 hostage. Since then, Israel's response, killing more than 67,000 Palestinians, including 20,000 children, according to the Hamas-run Gaza Health Ministry. Gaza decimated. These satellite images showing the stark difference from before the war to now. Nearly the entire population of Palestinians displaced and in desperate need of aid. But the war has raged on, efforts to solve the crisis going nowhere. Previous ceasefires failing after both sides accused the other of violations. 10 days ago, the president, standing side by side with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, unveiling their 20-point peace plan to end the war. The president then warning Hamas to agree to the deal, or else saying all hell would break out. And while the president and the world this morning are celebrating this first phase and the upcoming release of the hostages, big questions remain about what comes next and whether it will lead to lasting peace.
Now, President Trump says he will likely go to Israel in the coming days, where Prime Minister Netanyahu has invited him to address the Israeli government, and Trump even suggesting he could visit Gaza, too. Michael.
All right, Mary, thank you for that. We're going to bring in our chief foreign correspondent, Ian Pannell, who's on the scene at Hostage Square in Tel Aviv. And Ian, what's been the reaction of the hostages' families and the reaction inside Gaza?
Yeah, I mean, scenes of jubilation, of relief, finally hope realized. We were here 2 days ago when we were talking about the anniversary of the war, and there were still so many doubts. I mean, 2 years since this terrible war began, Palestinians and Israelis can finally dare hope that their long nightmare is coming to an end. So we've seen celebrations here, singing, dancing, the Israeli flag, the American flag, signs saying, "We love you, Trump." In the words of one mother of a hostage, saying, "I can be a mother who hugs her son again." Now, we're expecting the Israeli government to ratify the deal in 4 hours or so. Only then will the guns stop firing and the window opens for the release of hostages. But there are still doubts and concerns, and many details of a final deal have not been resolved, not least whether Hamas will disarm and who's going to run Gaza. As for Gaza, some celebrations, but this morning the bombing by Israel has not stopped, with plumes of smoke from artillery and tank fire, as desperate Gazans hope to return to what's left of their home. And for the children of Gaza we've talked about so much, so many hungry and starving, their nightmare won't be over until the gates open and the aid comes in. Robin?
That is so true, Ian. Our thanks to you. We're going to go to our chief global affairs anchor, Martha Raddatz. And Martha, tell us about the role President Trump played in bringing all of this about.
Well, Robin, there's no question that if this goes as planned, if we see those remaining hostages freed and Israel begin its withdrawal, it is a remarkable achievement, and President Trump most certainly deserves credit for his role. He has done this through diplomacy, pressure, and the sheer force of his personality and persistence. He dispatched diplomats again and again, made threats just in the last few days to Hamas, saying again if they did not sign the deal, all hell would break loose. And they had the bombing of Iran as an example of that. But perhaps most importantly, he pushed Benjamin Netanyahu in ways his predecessor and others have not. Robin.
And what finally got the two sides to this point? And will it be able to get phase 2 off the ground?
Well, you know, Robin, throughout this process, President Trump never wavered in his support for Israel. But when Netanyahu ignored much of what Trump was trying to accomplish by continuing to bomb over the last few months, Trump laid down the hammer with Netanyahu, essentially saying enough is enough. Trump had also told Netanyahu that he was opening indirect negotiations with the Iranians, which put even more pressure on the Israeli prime minister. Obviously, the coming days will prove whether the rest of the plan comes to fruition. But if those hostages are freed, which would leave Hamas without their major bargaining tool, this is a huge moment for Donald Trump.
It certainly is. All right, Martha, thanks to you. George?
Okay, Robin, none of that other breaking news overnight. President Trump has sent Texas National Guard troops to the Chicago area as the fight to keep them out of the city heads back to court. Alex Perez is tracking it from right outside Chicago. Good morning, Alex.
Hey, good morning, George. After months of President Trump threatening to send in the National Guard, they are now here on the ground at this ICE facility in the building, charged with protecting the property and federal agents. With the National Guard now deployed, overnight protesters taking to the streets of Chicago. No Trump, no ICE, no Trump. Aerial images showing protesters moving towards a Trump hotel, but then turned around by police and guardsmen. 500 Texas and Illinois-based National Guardsmen called up some stationed at the Broadview, Illinois ICE Processing Center to provide additional security. The president ramping up his attack on the mayor and the governor, who called the deployment an unconstitutional invasion. The president calling for their arrest in an online post. Chicago mayor should be in jail for failing to protect ICE officers. Governor Pritzker also. But the governor calling the president a coward, saying he has dementia.
He's demented, literally, unhinged. And this is somebody who's so insecure that he lashes out pretending that he can come arrest people for no reason at all. He can't. He isn't going to do it.
This afternoon, a federal judge will hear arguments on whether to block their deployment after warning the administration Tuesday, saying, if I was the government, I would strongly consider taking a pause on this.
It's a great city. It can be saved. Other cities are gone. I mean, they're lost. They can get better, but they're just really, they've been so decimated.
President Trump has repeatedly said Chicago is overrun by crime, even though Chicago police stats show crime is down 34% from 4 years ago. For now, officials say the guardsmen will not be in a direct law enforcement role.
This is a peaceful protest!
After weeks of clashes, local officials in Chicago accuse ICE agents of using excessive force. This video showing agents shooting protesters with pepper balls, striking a Presbyterian minister in the head. You can hear the shots continue as he gets back on his feet. President Trump is now threatening to invoke the Insurrection Act, a 19th century law allowing him to mobilize troops to aid domestic law enforcement. And once again, this could all be short-lived. A federal judge later today is expected to hear arguments from city and state officials looking to have the deployment of the National Guard blocked. Robin?
We will see what happens there. All right, Alex, our thanks to you. Now to the temperatures plunging in the Northeast with a possible nor'easter taking aim. Sam in for Ginger. Got the track for us?
Yeah, good morning, you guys. I'm going to show you how both of those things are connected as well. So for many, this is the first push of cold air of the season. Let's show you. There's already some cold air around the Great Lakes. There's freeze warnings here this morning. But this air moves into the Northeast tomorrow, so we're giving you a heads up on this because look at the temperatures. Boston, you're normally right around 50 degrees. New York, you're normally around 54 degrees. So freeze warnings are going all the way into this area. Now, let me show you the connection between that and what Robin mentioned was a coastal storm. Here's that big push of cold air coming into the Northeast. It drops a cold front down into the Southeast right on top of some real tropical moisture there. So we expect a low to develop here. Cape Hatteras, North Carolina, they've had several tough storms in a row, and now this is another one. So there's heavy wind and rain that's being pushed onshore here all the way up on the Virginia coast. But this storm continues to move north, so that means the Northeast is in play as we get Friday into Saturday. That's the same thing. Heavy wind and rain getting pushed along the shoreline here. That's Long Island, all the way up to Boston. Look at this. Some of this rain is all the way up toward the coast of Maine. But worse than the rain here, and there will be heavy rain, is going to be the wind, and the wind could be what's damaging here. So look at what happens to the Carolinas here. This is Hatteras getting some of the worst wind, 50 to 60 mile per hour winds here. Now watch this work up the coastline. This is going 50 to 60 mile per hour winds as well. This could last Monday, but it could last into Tuesday. Michael?
All right, Sam. All right. Thank you for that. We're going to turn now to the latest on the government shutdown. There is no end in sight on day 9. Our senior political correspondent, Rachel Scott, is on Capitol Hill. And Rachel, tensions there are running high.
Yeah, Michael, good morning to you. That's exactly right. Lawmakers have not reached a deal to fund the government, but instead they have turned to confronting and attacking each other in the halls, a sign of just how far apart these two sides are 9 days in.
9 days into the government shutdown, and this morning tensions boiling over on Capitol Hill.
And the Republicans are the party. Wait a minute.
Two Democratic Arizona senators showing up to the House Speaker's office, accusing him of delaying the swearing in of Democratic Representative-elect Adelita Grijalva, who could force a vote to release more files on Jeffrey Epstein.
Speaker Johnson came up with a new excuse of why he's not swearing in a duly elected member of Congress from Arizona.
Speaker Mike Johnson greeting the senators.
Oh, hey, Bill. Hey, Speaker.
But it quickly spiraled into an intense confrontation.
Why are you blocking it?
I'm not blocking her. I just told you.
But we need the lights turned back on, so we encourage both of you to go open the government.
This is an excuse so she doesn't sign on to that.
Johnson insisting this has nothing to do with Epstein. But just months ago, he swore in 2 Florida Republicans while lawmakers were out of town. New York Republican Congressman Mike Lawler heading down the hall, waiting to confront Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries just moments after his press conference.
You voted to shut the government down.
You're making a show of this to make yourself relevant.
It's sad. You could easily sign on to
You're
this.
embarrassing yourself right now.
So caught in the middle of all of this, about 4 million federal workers. The White House has threatened to fire thousands. The president has said some won't get back pay. I asked him directly how he would make that decision. He would not specify, only blaming Democrats. But guys, these outbursts in the halls of Capitol Hill not helping these two sides come any closer to an agreement.
Yeah, blame game is not helping anyone right now. Okay, Rachel, thank you. Now to the MLB playoffs. Will Reeve joins us now with Who Lived to Play Another Day. MLB, Sam, stands for Major League Baseball.
Major League Baseball.
And it stands for Major League Bummer because the Yankees lost. There were 4 elimination games. 3 teams lived to see another day. The 4th team was the New York Yankees. New York at home against the Toronto Blue Jays. They needed a win to force a decisive Game 5, but the Blue Jays offense was just too good as it was all series. That was Nathan Lukes right there with a single in the 7th inning. They take a 4-1 lead. Aaron Judge would go on to knock in a run in the 9th, but ultimately the Blue Jays sentenced the Yankees to a long offseason. Toronto wins 5-2. They're into the American League Championship Series for the first time since 2016. There will not be a World Series rematch because the Yankees lost. The defending World Series champion Dodgers were looking to close the door on the Phillies. Kyle Schwarber was looking to visit the moon. Look at that home run. Officially 455 feet. There is no way that's accurate. That was about a mile. He hit another homer in the 8th inning to blow the game open. Philly wins 8-2. Game 4 in LA tonight. Hey, Chicago, what do you say? The Cubs season ain't over yet. That's a leadoff home run from Michael Busch. Wrigley was going wild. The Cubs hang on to beat the Brewers 4-3. Milwaukee now up 2-1 in the series. They have another chance to close that series out tonight. And the Detroit Tigers forcing a deciding Game 5 with the Mariners. 3-3 in the 6th inning. That's Riley Green with a monster shot to break the tie. Detroit wins 9-3. That series will be decided Friday night in Seattle.
Must feel good to hit a home run.
I'm
sure it does. Gotta feel good.
Thank you, Will. Yeah. Coming up, a Connecticut mother is due in court accused of trying to poison the father of her child with antifreeze. We're going to have the details on that.
Also had the cryptocurrency scam that was caught on camera playing out in real time. One woman about to hand over her life savings. And the urgent new warning about scams using Bitcoin ATMs. It's an ABC News investigation.
And new at 7:30, breaking news about chocolate with Halloween just 22 days away.
She's still working 9 to 5. Oh, Dolly, with a message from herself about her health. We'll be right back. Oh my goodness. Back here at GMA, Good Morning Kentucky. Our 50 states and 50 weeks tour takes us to the beautiful, beautiful Bluegrass State. And why we're doing this? Why we're playing this song? Kentucky native Billy Ray Cyrus, his biggest hit. And this morning we're going to visit a horse farm with an important mission, plus much, much more. Any excuse to play Achy Breaky Heart. I just think of the mullet all of a sudden. Good times, good times.
That's coming up. First new at 7:30. Former FBI Director James Comey pleaded not guilty in federal court yesterday to a criminal charge of lying to Congress and obstructing a congressional proceeding. His attorney said he would have to move to have the case dismissed, accusing the government of a vindictive and selective prosecution. The indictment of Comey is the first from President Trump's Justice Department of a man the president considers a political enemy. Trial is scheduled for early January. And this morning, the last of 10 fugitives who escaped Louisiana prison in May is once again behind bars. SWAT teams used tear gas to move in on convicted murderer Derek Groves in Atlanta home. They arrested him.
Also, with Halloween just a few weeks away, expect to pay more for some of your favorite chocolate treats. According to a new report from Wells Fargo, the cost of chocolate has more than doubled since the beginning of last year, and that means prices for chocolate candies are high. In a phenomenal Game 3 in the WNBA Finals, Jewel Lloyd becoming the first person in Finals history to hit 4 3-pointers in the first quarter. But let's skip ahead to the Mercury's DeWanna Bonner. She tied the game with 1 minute and 33 seconds to go. You see it right there. But 4-time league MVP Asia Wilson with the last-second turnaround jumper. She hits it, and Bonner tried that catch and toss, but it just missed. And the Aces went on to win Game 3, 90-88. Las Vegas is now only one win away from their third title in 4 seasons. Game 4 of the WNBA Finals is tomorrow night.
Right now, the Connecticut mom due in court this morning charged with attempting to murder the father of her child by poisoning him with antifreeze. Chief Investigative Correspondent Aaron Tursky has the story. Good morning, Aaron.
Good morning to you, George. A man told police a Connecticut mom wanted sole custody of their child, so she allegedly tried to poison him with antifreeze.
This morning, 33-year-old Kristen Hogan is due in court on an attempted murder charge, accusing her of trying to kill the father of her child by pouring antifreeze into his wine.
Our neighbors had us all over, and we had a great day hanging out with them and the kids running around and stuff. And to hear this is just mind-blowing.
The two shared a home in the wealthy Connecticut town of Ridgefield, about 2 hours north of New York City, where one night in August, the man woke up slurring his words, staggering, and vomiting. Police said blood tests later revealing the presence of ethylene glycol, a toxic substance in antifreeze. Connecticut State Police also found ethylene glycol was detected in the wine. The man told investigators he believed that a motive for him being poisoned is the fact that Hogan would become the full owner of the residence and would gain full-time custody of their child. On Hogan's cell phone, police said they discovered searches for potassium cyanide and monoethylene glycol. Police said there was also a search for how much monoethylene glycol would kill you. Asked about those searches, court records said Hogan explained she bought ethylene glycol to clean the carpet at her mother's house. But when pressed, she allegedly told investigators she never intended to kill him, but just wanted to make him sick as payback for him being mentally abusive. Hogan stated she did not know how much ethylene glycol she put into his drink, but stated it was not much, but she just poured it in.
Hogan's attorney sent us a statement saying it is premature to comment on any specifics. What we know is that Kristen is a loving mother who misses her children dearly right now. When she appears in court later today, guys, Hogan is expected to plead not guilty to the attempted murder charge.
This is something else, Aaron. Thank you. Thank you very much. Now, an ABC News investigation of an increasingly common scam involving Bitcoin ATMs that have popped up in many places. The ordeal of one victim captured on police body camera as an alleged scammer pressured her into giving up her life savings. Jay O'Brien is here with that story for us. Good morning to you, Jay.
Yeah, Robin, good morning. Chances are you've walked by one of these Bitcoin ATMs. AARP estimates there are more than 45,000 of these machines across the country. And this morning, we found that they've increasingly become a tool of sophisticated criminal networks trying to separate Americans from their money.
Hello.
She's at $23,000 already.
Where's she at right now?
You're watching a cryptocurrency scam caught in real time.
Yes. Can I talk to you for a second?
Please, I have the bank on the phone.
Okay, let me talk to who you're talking to on the bank.
I'm in danger.
Okay, stop putting money in there.
Fran Bates is loading tens of thousands of dollars of her life savings into something called a Bitcoin ATM.
No, you're not.
And is one click away from losing it all.
Don't click, I'm done. Do not click anything.
Over the course of 2 days, a scammer convinced the 85-year-old her bank account had been hacked and she needed to put her money into a machine she'd never seen before for safety.
True. That's
it seems
exactly
so
what
hard to believe.
I know, and you think if you had to listen to it, you would wonder what's going on with that woman. Doesn't she realize what they're doing to her? No, you don't. It's a horrible, horrible experience.
Fran is just one of dozens of victims ABC News and our own television stations have found whose scams ended at a Bitcoin ATM, a machine popular in gas stations, supermarkets, and liquor stores that experts tell us scammers are increasingly using as a tool to separate Americans from their hard-earned cash.
They look pretty much like a regular ATM. The difference is you don't really get money out of them. You put money in and buy cryptocurrency.
Data from the FBI shows Americans collectively lost nearly $250 million to scams using Bitcoin ATMs in 2024, more than double from the previous year.
These are all transnational criminal groups. Yeah, these are not one-off
guys in grandma's basement.
Adam Zarazinski, a cryptoforensics expert, tracks the sophisticated criminal networks behind these scams and explained why he believes more isn't being done by the companies operating these machines.
Money. It's money.
They have a financial incentive to let people be scammed?
Yep, because they make a percent on every transaction.
And while the vast majority of these victims never see a dime back.
No, listen to me. Do you really want to fight this fight with me?
For Fran Bates, a police lieutenant intervened just in time after Mindy Jordan, a quick-thinking bystander at that gas station, called 911.
I hate when somebody tries to take advantage of somebody that's not able to protect themselves.
The pair reunited here for the first time.
She was my angel.
Your angel?
Yes, she rescued me.
And lawmakers have taken notice of these Bitcoin ATMs. At least 17 states, according to AARP, have passed laws restricting or outright banning them. Experts tell us that if you think you're being scammed, you can always call the AARP fraud hotline or law enforcement to get immediate help, guys.
Thank goodness for that bystander.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And for Fran, too, for coming forward, because sometimes, as you alluded in the piece, you're embarrassed.
Exactly.
But she came forward, so it doesn't happen to other people.
And
Good
that's
for
the
her.
thing, is that so many folks don't come forward, so a lot of these don't go reported. So if that happens, obviously if you're in the middle of one, but also after it's over, report it. It helps people.
Yeah, it's hard to think of a legitimate use for these machines.
That's the argument of law enforcement, George.
Wow.
Jay, it's so good to have you in the studio with us.
Thank you so
and I want folks to know, for more on ABC News investigation into Bitcoin ATM scams, tune in tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern on ABC News Live Prime with Linsey Davis, and throughout the day on our local news.
Now with Dolly Parton, after many fans grew worried about her well-being, Dolly is setting the record straight about her health. Sam has that for us.
Yeah, I know, it just made us all feel better yesterday to have the news. And there are some people in our hearts that just seem invincible. Dolly Parton is one of them. So when she canceled her highly anticipated Las Vegas residency for health challenges, well, we were all a little shocked and concerned. And now we're learning new details about what's been going on. Here's Dolly in her own words saying she's just fine.
I wanted you to know that I'm not dying.
This morning, country music icon Dolly Parton is clearing the air, reassuring concerned fans about her well-being after she abruptly canceled her Vegas residency, citing health challenges. The legend posting this video to social media, captioned, "I ain't dead yet."
I know lately everybody thinks that I am sicker than I am. Do I look sick to you? I'm working hard here. Anyway, I wanted to put everybody's mind at ease, those of you that seem to be real concerned, which I appreciate. And I appreciate your prayers because I'm a person of faith.
According to a source close to the situation, Dolly's been dealing with kidney stones, hard pebble-like materials that can cause intense urinary pain.
Each year, more than 500,000 people visit the emergency department suffering from kidney stones. Kidney stones can affect anyone at any age. Though the older you get, you are at an increased risk. A lot of people don't know they have them until they're experiencing kidney stone pain for the first time. And it can be very, very intense.
Concerns about Dolly's health intensified this week after the singer's younger sister, Frida, posted to Facebook asking for prayer warriors to join her in praying for Dolly, but later clarified that she didn't mean to scare anyone. Dolly first mentioning her battle with kidney stones after she was forced to miss an in-person appearance at a Dollywood event in September. The Grammy-winning performer says her health started to take a turn after the passing of her beloved husband, Carl Dean, who died earlier this year at the age of 82.
As I mentioned, back when my husband Carl was very sick, that was for a long time, and then when he passed, I didn't take care of myself.
But the country music superstar wants fans to rest assured she's got plenty more gas in the tank.
And I'm not ready to die yet. I don't think God is through with me, and I ain't done working. So I love you for caring, and keep praying for me.
We love you too, Dolly. I changed the song. She works 9 to 9. Comment on her video sums it all up, and it says, "Rest up, sweet Dolly. Lord knows you deserve a little downtime."
Yes, she does. Yes, she does.
Now, with the heroes who helped rescue a helicopter crew after their chopper went down on a highway. Will, you're back with the dramatic video.
I am, and this is really a sight to behold, Michael. The video of the crash, but more significantly, the heroism on immediate display from everyone who rushed in to save lives.
This morning, horrifying new video capturing the moment a medical helicopter carrying 3 crew members plummeted from the sky and into the middle of a busy freeway in Sacramento, California. Everyone on board surviving thanks in part, officials say, to the help of Good Samaritans springing into action. People seen running to help other bystanders already holding up the chopper, which lay wrecked on its side.
I started screaming to the people. I said, help us, help us. And then a bunch of people, more people came running towards the helicopter.
Like a bunch of people came and we helped lift the helicopter and we pulled her under. We had to pull her from under.
The group lifting the helicopter while first responders retrieved the passengers trapped inside.
There's no truck on scene for extrication tools, just a fire engine. So that captain quickly sequestered the help of multiple civilians to come over and lift this helicopter.
The pilot, a nurse, and a paramedic all remain in critical condition this morning.
And then one of the passengers just kept telling her, you're alive, you're alive. You're not alone.
Reach Air Medical Services, which operated the helicopter, thanking those Good Samaritans, saying in a statement they showed exceptional courage during this crucial moment.
Yes, they did. And we're hearing from the loved ones of the survivors, the family of the nurse in critical condition, saying in a statement, quote, those who know Susie know that she is a tough and strong woman, adding, if anyone can overcome these challenges, it's Sue. NTSB authorities are still investigating what went wrong. Reach Air Medical Services says they're cooperating in that investigation. But the lesson here, people are inherently good.
Yep.
Yeah, really great.
That is the lesson there. And we're thinking of the 3 as they remain in the hospital. Yes. Rhiannon Alley is at the next stop on our 50 States in 50 Weeks tour. We are live in Kentucky this morning. There she is. We'll be right back.
Good morning, America. It's 8 a.m. Breaking news. Israel and Hamas take a step toward peace, agreeing to phase 1 of a plan to bring home the hostages, end the war in Gaza. Some families of the hostages speak with the president.
They're all coming back on Monday.
This morning, what comes next after 2 years of war?
Princess Kate's earnest new words, warning about the epidemic of disconnection when it comes to your phone and family.
This morning, inside the hunt for counterfeit weight loss drugs.
Patients are willing to do anything to get their hands on this product, and they're risking their lives.
How even spelling a word wrong in your search can land you at a dangerous part of the internet, and the red flags to look out for.
And we're working overtime to check out some of Good Housekeeping's Toy Award winners. Toys for everyone, from babies to big kids. Our experts are hard at work, and they're here to say,
yeah! Live from ABC News headquarters in New York City, it's Thursday. Good morning, America.
And we do say good morning, America, and we want you to take a look at the beautiful state of Kentucky. Gorgeous morning there. Rhiannon Alley is there for our 50 States in 50 Weeks tour, the 15th state to join the union.
Oh, can't wait to get there and talk to Rhiannon. And this morning, Rhiannon is also going to take us to a farm dedicated to saving horses and giving them a second chance at life. That is coming up, George.
First look at the top stories breaking at 8. We start with the news that broke overnight, the first phase of a peace plan in the Middle East. It envisions an end to the war and rebuilding of Gaza, devastated in this 2-year conflict. There are believed to be 20 hostages alive in Gaza after 2 years in captivity. If all goes as planned, they'll be released in the coming days. I want to go back to our chief White House correspondent, Mary Bruce. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning again, George. Well, after 2 devastating years of war, this is a major breakthrough and a huge accomplishment for the president. Trump announcing what he's describing as the first phase of this peace plan, saying all of the remaining hostages will be released, and in return, Israel will withdraw to an agreed upon line. After months of deadlock, Trump calling it the first step towards a, quote, strong, durable, and everlasting peace. But big questions remain about what comes next. How will Gaza be rebuilt and governed? Will Hamas disarm? And critically, when will Palestinians of Gaza get desperately needed aid? For now, though, the world is celebrating, especially the families of the hostages, 20 of whom, as you noted, are believed to be alive. Now, President Trump says he will likely visit Israel in the coming days, where Prime Minister Netanyahu has invited him to address the Israeli government. Robin.
All right, our thanks to you, Mary. And now to the arrest of a man who prosecutors say ignited a fire in January that grew into the Palisades fire that devastated parts of L.A., killed a dozen people. Chief National Correspondent Matt Gutman is in Los Angeles with more for us. Good morning, Matt.
Hey, good morning, Robin. 9 months after that fire ripped through here, much of Pacific Palisades looks like this, a vast dirt parking lot. And the man that authorities accuse of starting all of this was an Uber driver, actually lived here for a couple of years, and a man who investigators say was obsessed with ChatGPT and with fire.
This morning, authorities are saying that historic Palisades fire, which torched over 6,800 homes and killed 12 people, was caused by this man, Jonathan Rinderknecht. Authorities arresting him Wednesday in Melbourne, Florida, charging him with destruction of property by means of fire.
We will prove beyond a reasonable doubt that he intentionally started this fire and maliciously.
Authorities say he'd been in the Palisades that night driving for Uber, and just before midnight on New Year's Eve, allegedly set that fire, left the scene, called 911, and then came back to watch the firefight. Firefighters thought they'd contained the fire, but embers lurked in the root system and were rekindled a week later by an historic windstorm that gave way to the Palisades and Eden fires, which collectively destroyed about 16,000 structures and left 30 people dead. Investigators offering a portrait of a 29-year-old man obsessed with fire. They also said that Rinderknecht, who'd once lived just blocks from where he allegedly set the fire, had asked ChatGPT to produce dystopian images of a city burning and people fleeing.
People do evil things for whatever reason. And I'm not going to speculate or go into anything of that. Like, we have evidence of that will be addressed in trial.
And late last night, the LA Fire Department releasing its long-awaited after-action review, which listed about 100 challenges that firefighters battled on these streets, which included hurricane-force winds, but also a shortage of resources, not enough organization, and too few reinforcements. Michael.
Yeah, so much devastation from that fire. Matt, thank you for that. We're going to turn now to Princess Kate with a warning in her new essay titled The Power of Human Connection in a Distracted World. Maggie Rulli has the latest on a royal sparking conversation when it comes to your phone and family. Maggie, good morning.
Hey, Michael, good morning. Yeah, Princess Kate is calling this an epidemic of disconnection, and she says it's especially troubling for young children. Now, in this new essay, she writes, when we check our phones during conversations, scroll through social media during family dinners, or respond to emails while playing with our children, we're not just being distracted, we are withdrawing the basic form of love that human connection requires. Now, she wrote this essay for her early childhood center. We know that's a cause that's been important to Princess Kate for many years. In the essay, she continues on to write, we're raising a generation that may be more connected than any in history, while simultaneously being more isolated, more lonely, and less equipped to form the warm, meaningful relationships that research tells us are the foundation of a healthy life. Now, guys, you may remember it was just last week we heard from Prince William in an interview with Eugene Levy saying that his kids don't have smartphones. And he also stressed the importance of family time and eating dinners together as a family. You know, guys, I have 2 little kids. I try to do this at home, but it can be really hard between full-time jobs and other demands of a household. I think we can all agree that this connection, this time without cell phones, while important, can be difficult to balance. Guys?
It is. Okay, Maggie, thanks very much. Coming up on our GMA morning menu, inside the hunt for counterfeit weight loss drugs. We're going to tell you what our investigation found and the red flags to look out for.
Also ahead, Greta Lee is there. She is. She's here live talking about the highly anticipated movie Tron Ares.
Plus, Tori Johnson here with deals and steals with everything from pajamas to candles to blankets to help you stay comfy at home. And Sam is with some special guests.
Yeah, Greta Lee was standing over there. And Greta, if you want to come over and play, we've got all the winners. Lexi Sachs is here from the Good Housekeeping Award. So if you want to shop, now you know what to shop. We've got all the best ones right here. Harry, are you ready? Show her how to load the water cannon.
Show me how.
Show her how to load that. All right, we'll be right back, everybody.
Nice.
Thank you, Greta.
Day, and once again, you don't want to know what goes on during the commercial break. You're safer there. Hey, you had a bit of a late night.
Yeah,
but a good one.
I did, but it was good. Our colleague, the chairman of ESPN, Jimmy Pitaro, he was honored at an event to raise money for families battling childhood cancer. It's something very important to him and the whole ABC Disney family. And you know, I don't like late nights. My brain, I don't think my brain was really fired when I was there, but this is it was special because the organization led by my former coach, my guy Tom Coughlin, the J Fund, it provides financial and emotional support for families battling childhood cancer. You know, I had a chance to sit down with Jimmy. Check it out. Jimmy is a big advocate for childhood cancer and making sure that these families have everything, anything that they need.
This relentless pursuit of finding a cure.
Yeah.
Right? Like how are we going to get there? That's the goal, right? That's really what we're focused on.
And Jimmy went on and said, well, I kind of inherited this initiative, but he has really, really, really pushed it forward with the work that he's done with the J Fund and other organizations as well. And more than $310,000 were raised and counting were raised last night.
Up late. Yeah.
So well done by Jimmy, well done by, who else was honored? The St. John's coach, Pitino, Rick Pitino. Rick Pitino, I'm sorry, Rick Pitino.
You really did stay up late.
Yeah, I really did stay up late, Robin. And, but great job by everyone involved. And I'm just happy that Tom Coughlin, for 31 years, has been doing the J Fund and has really been leading the way.
Making a difference in a lot of lives.
A lot of lives. Big difference.
Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you. Now to our GMA cover story and a look at the increase in counterfeit weight loss drugs. Nightline's Juju Cheng investigated herself. Joins us what she found. Hey, Juju.
Hey, good morning, George. You know, we all know that the Skinny Shot's popularity is off the charts. And surprise, surprise, there's a similar surge in fake Ozempic and illicit weight loss drugs flooding the internet. It's so easy to find counterfeits through social media, but the scams out there can cost you a lot more than just your money.
The FDA issued an alert saying counterfeits have been found in the U.S. drug supply chain.
Counterfeit weight loss drugs wreaking havoc and forcing officials to sound the alarm.
Have you seen a surge in counterfeit weight loss drugs?
Absolutely. Patients are willing to do anything to get their hands on this product, and they're risking their lives.
Some turning to illegal sellers online. A simple search turns out endless alleged sellers. I tried it out myself.
This one says Ozempic's for sale. These are a lot of these online GLP-1 sales people.
A few key phrases unlocks a dangerous dark web, allegedly peddling Fozempic and other fake weight loss drugs.
When you spell it correctly, nothing comes up. But when you misspell it, a lot of other sites come up. It looks like a wink way that counterfeit GLP sellers are going around restrictions.
How do you spot a counterfeit?
Because number one, when you see in the profile that it basically says no RX.
Why is that a red flag?
It's a red flag because you cannot get a prescription drug unless you have a prescription. When the minute you see no prescription needed, and also the payment processes like, Bitcoin, Zeal, PayPal, no, it can't be. And a lot of this is coming out of country.
When illicit drugs are shipped to the U.S., they have to go through massive ports like this one in Cincinnati. This table is full of illegal GLP-1s, seized based on suspicious packaging.
We got one box, one Ozempic pen here, a lot of Spanish writing on it. So something that's going to come into the U.S. as a legitimate product is not going to be in Spanish. It has to be in English. Probably meant for a South American, Central American market.
Once a drug leaves its intended route, really all bets are off. You cannot vouch for the quality of that drug.
Now there's a black market of fakes and a gray market of illicit drugs. You could be buying expired drugs or AI-generated fake labels on packages that turn out to be just water or alcohol or an insulin pen. Obviously, all of these things are dangerous when you're injecting them in your body. Sure. And a lot of times, if it says you don't need a prescription, that's the big tell.
That's a red flag right
there.
Absolutely.
And of course, we're going to have a lot more on this investigation tonight on Impact by Nightline, The Dark Shot on Hulu and Hulu Disney+.
Wow.
All right. It's so good to see you, Juju.
It's always nice to see you guys.
I appreciate that. You want to stick around for our 50 states in 50 weeks, taking us around the country, leading up to the nation's 250th anniversary. This morning, we are in Kentucky, one of the many things Kentucky is known for. Its love of horses, from Churchill Downs to the very special farm we're about to see. Rhiannon Alley is there for us. Good morning to you, Rhiannon, and all your friends.
Yes, I'm making some new friends. How lucky am I, you guys, to get to spend my morning with these magical creatures and all these wonderful volunteers. This is Firefly and Norma here, and they are just a couple of the more than 1,000 horses that have been saved here at the Kentucky Equine Adoption Center since they started in 2007. There are so many incredible stories. Here are just a few of them. Here in Kentucky, the majestic horses that graze the expansive bluegrass pastures are the backbone of the state's economy and cultural identity.
Horses are woven into the fabric of everything we do.
Just outside Lexington, the horse capital of the world, one nonprofit is giving these beautiful creatures a new lease on life.
The Kentucky Equine Adoption Center, we rescue horses, we retrain them, and then we look for their forever homes.
The sprawling 72-acre farm currently has 30 diverse horses up for adoption, and anyone in the country can apply.
We have horses that are rideable, we have companion horses, we also get horses that come right off the racetrack.
Also providing refuge for horses facing abuse or neglect, like Pixie Sticks and Firefly, two foals who were on the brink of starvation. The adoption center recruiting 2 nursing mares, English Belle and Norma, to feed the young thoroughbreds and to serve as their new moms.
Just to see their engagement and their growth, it's really been transformational.
A team of trainers, good boy, led by Elsie Kopczynski, work to rehabilitate and prep the animals for their next adventure.
We want our horses to be prepared before they leave. And we've adopted horses out to be therapy horses for people. Sometimes they're also just a pasture pet, so somebody's backyard best friend.
Romero, once a wild horse from eastern Kentucky, now has a forever home with Amy and her 13-year-old daughter, Emily.
I thought he was super sweet, and he had such a big personality, and I knew he was going to fit in really well once he came home with us.
Everything about him was perfect. He was the perfect size, the perfect build. He was gorgeous. He has brought a lot of joy for us.
At the adoption center, every horse has a story.
These animals are so special. They have big hearts. They all deserve a second chance. They may have been knocked down, but they're not out.
They may have been knocked down, but they are not out, as you can see. We have Carrie Wood here. Carrie is the executive director here, doing such amazing work. Thank you for sharing the stories of Firefly. And this is Firefly's nurse mare, which is basically like her mom.
Exactly.
She stepped in as a mom. This is Norma here. And we know how important the mission is here at the Kentucky Equine Adoption Center. Tell us how horses like Firefly and well, not Norma, but like Firefly and Pixie Sticks that we saw in the piece, how they come here.
Yeah, so they come here, these came to us from animal control. So they were actually taken from a farm that was undergoing hardship, and they came to us very underweight and malnourished. They came with their original mothers, but we saw that the foals needed extra care. So we hired the nurse mares, Norma and English Belle, to step in and feed the horses.
And now look at Firefly and Pixie Sticks back there, both thriving, only 5 months old.
Yes, they're gaining about 3.5 pounds a day. They're putting on lots of weight and doing all the things a baby horse should do.
Wow.
We're really happy with their recovery.
I've been amazed because you said usually foals are so crazy, and Firefly here has been so gentle and sweet. But Carrie, I have something very special for you because you guys are doing such important work here, and it's being recognized now. We have an acclamation. This is from Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear. This is honoring the work that you guys are doing here, all the horses that you guys have rescued.
Oh, gosh.
This is for you.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
We are honored to accept this on behalf of the state of Kentucky and all of our horses.
Well, you're doing amazing work. And we want to thank all of the volunteers back here as well. Some of the workers are here as well that came out this morning. You're doing amazing, Carrie. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Back to you guys.
Watch them horse. You know Kentucky well.
Yeah, that's so beautiful. Nothing is more beautiful than Nicholasville, Kentucky. On a morning like this, I went to school about 30 miles to the east. My grandparents were 30 miles to the west, so it was great to see it.
Oh, it's time now for Deals and Steals. And you know, fall is here, and so is my girl, Tori Johnson, bringing us deals to keep you comfy at home all season long. Tori, it's comfy. It smells good in here, too.
It does smell good.
And that's for a second, but
exactly.
what we got,
we're going to get to
with
the comfy first. This is Print Fresh, one of our favorite brands of pajamas. You know, Mindy Kaling was just here. She's a fan. Lara's a fan. She's going to be sorry. I'm going to have to text her if she's not watching to get in on this one. Exactly. Yep. All of these amazing prints. They're all like fun, whimsical prints. 100% certified organic cotton poplin that gets softer with every wash. We also have their satin collection as well. This little one right here. That is deep sea divers. That pattern you just touched. Deep sea divers. We've got champagne and caviar, golf. The patterns are just really fun, but the comfort is even more extraordinary, and all of the options are 50% off, even more online than what you see here.
That's a great deal.
Okay, now let's get to the good smelling stuff. Okay, so we've got hot cider donut right there that's burning. Emma Johnson's favorite, this baked chocolate chip right here. But smell this one. This one is
baked chocolate
isn't that nice? Spooky vanilla. So Homeworks was started by who we think of as, oh, there you go. That was good. That was good. The king of fragrance, Harry Slatkin. He really works with perfumers from all over the world to be able to come up with these fragrances that when you light the candle, it fills the room. So it's a phenomenal experience. We've got the diffusers as well. These are great to set the mood for fall, all slashed in half.
Yeah, I'm ready for the holidays.
All right, so speaking of the holidays, to feel how plush these are, this is Dream Home making their GMA Deals debut. Not all blankets are created equal. You'll see these are super plush. The patterns are fabulous. So whether you're curling up on the couch, going tailgating, waiting for your family to come for Thanksgiving, are you about to say something about one of those patterns?
No, that makes me smile to see the dog.
The little puppy. Yeah, exactly.
And
that's what, you know what, that's what blankets are supposed to do. Make you feel comfortable and happy, and these sure deliver on that.
They feel great.
They feel so good. Slashed in half, they start at $20.
Great
really
job there.
Beautiful ones. Okay, another newbie, Tea Forte. So they are served in the finest hotels, restaurants around the world. We've got a huge assortment. They're known for crafting really phenomenal teas. So classics like Earl Grey, English breakfast, but then also a lot of unique wellness blends. And then they're all done in their signature pyramid. Isn't that beautiful?
And I love that it's a leaf.
It's a leaf, and it allows the tea to really infuse that water with phenomenal flavor. The packaging is gorgeous. I cannot say enough about this brand. It's one you guys have asked for years. It's here, and it's all 50% off.
Yep, you asked for it. Tori can find this for us. That's right.
Okay, Epsom. This is a really great way to get the benefits of Epsom salt without having to take a bath. Sometimes a bath just isn't convenient. So these are concentrated roll-ons and creams and lotions that are about 30 to 50 times more concentrated than just taking a bath. And super easy, greaseless, no fragrance in them. So for muscle, nerve, or foot discomfort, we've got an option for you. All slash in half. And if you want the bath bombs, we got the concentrated ones there too. They start at $7.
Yeah, some people should take a bath.
Oh, there you go. And then finally, if you've got a bed that is messy when you wake up, you probably need a bed scrunchie. It's the easiest system. You don't have to lift your mattress. You put the clips along the side of the sheet.
Tighten it down.
Pull, tighten, and then you have hotel-ready bed. You got the hotel look every day. It's 50% off.
Tori, you did it again. There we go. And you know, Tori's going to be back with more deals for the home just ahead. And next, Tron Aries star Greta Lee is here. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to GMA, live from New York City.
You're very persistent, user.
Ooh, back now on GMA, a new look at Tron Aries, the third movie in the decades-long franchise that's lighting up the grid thanks to the star power on screen, including, please welcome Greta Lee. Good morning, America. Oh,
Thanks for
adore you.
having me.
Oh, love having you here. You know, people, past lives, that's when they saw you on the big screen. What brought you to this sci-fi action thriller?
I have no idea. I don't know how I got here. No, I obviously very, very different movies. I've never done action or sci-fi, any of that. I consider myself a very normal person, and imagine, you receiving the news like, oh, it's time to learn to ride a motorcycle. It was a lot of Googling, I'll just say. Yeah.
You pull it off.
We should also say we're all big morning show fans.
Oh,
we're glad you're not our boss.
Exactly.
But let's talk a little bit more about the movie. You talk about the action. You really had to train.
Yeah, we really did. They hooked me up with the guy, this ex-Navy SEAL. He trains all the Chris's, Brad Pitt,
all the Chris's.
And then me. Yeah, and I was texting with Brie Larson. She can do that one-arm pull-up, and I was in a bit of a panic, but it was full on. The sad thing is, though, I had six-pack abs for the first time in my life. I mean, I'm 42. Huge accomplishment. Okay? However, thank you. Nobody could see them because of our costumes. They don't tell you that. It's sick what this trick. And Jodie too. Jodie Turner-Smith, who plays Athena. We worked our butts off, and we realized when we got there, no joke, head to toe. I mean, head to toe, we were covered. So we kept asking them, can we do a fight scene where we like tear each other's clothes off? Like, just right here, please. Oh, God.
But so much of this movie is focused on tech and AI, but your character is more focused on family.
Yes. Yeah, that's right.
Tell us about your character.
Yeah, it was a really unexpected part of the story for me when I got the script. Obviously, Tron is this huge franchise, but my character Eve, she is dealing with the tragic loss of her sister, and she's living out the legacy of her little sister in finding this permanence code. So there is a lot of heart to it. Yeah.
That's a good word. The heart part of it.
Yeah.
And that's the softer side of you. But let's go back to the morning show.
I got one more thing to ask you. It is about family, but I want to hear about your family. Like your parents went to the red carpet with you.
They did.
So I'm just curious, how was it for them to be on the red carpet with you for this?
They love every minute of it. I think there's I have these videos of my dad dancing with the Tron, the robots, and they think I'm medium famous, and so now I'm hoping that maybe after this, it was enough of a carpet and enough of a premiere that they, that maybe I've
you finally impressed them.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, fashion was on point there. It's on point here.
Thanks.
I love that you went down to play with the kids in full stilettos.
Oh, that for me was I had to drop down. That was a lot of distance.
That was a full moment for me. But when I saw you step on the set of the morning show, I'm like, oh. This is trouble.
I don't know why you guys are all reacting that way. Stella's so nice. She is warm and cuddly.
How did you find her? Where did that come from?
I mean, I should ask you guys. This is so funny. I feel like I'm at work right now. I'm just looking at you, and I'm like, okay, you're Yanko. Are you Bradley? Are you okay?
I don't know who I would be.
I can't figure out this one.
Who would you be?
I'm a new character.
You're a new character.
I can always be Cass.
This is your audition for them. Jen and Reese, if you're watching.
She's got enough jobs. She's got enough. But what is it like, Jennifer Aniston and the crew that's there?
Yeah.
And for you to be their boss when you have such respect, I know, for them.
Yeah. I mean, thank God it's acting, right? It's really, it is, and maybe I'm kind of good because me inside, it's like a totally different story. I'm such a fan of Jen, Reese, all of them, and from the beginning, I had to pretend like I didn't care that it's Jen Aniston. So it's great. I love them. Yeah.
And the cast that you're with, I mean, you talked about, Jodie, she's going to be here tomorrow.
Yeah, that's
Jared
right.
was here yesterday.
Okay.
Jeff Bridges.
Yes.
What was it like being a part of such a cast like that?
Yeah, everyone really brings it. And you see it in the movie. It was amazing. I mean, Jared, as you know, he's method. Everyone has their own process, and I don't know what he discussed with you guys, but it was very interesting to work with someone who is a method program. if you can imagine.
Huh.
So on set, he was great about it. He said, I like to conserve my energy. I don't like to talk on set. And I was like, great, I'm a mom of 2. Let's not talk. Let's conserve our energy, please. And he liked to be called Aries. I'm like, okay, Aries, let's do this. But you see it in the movie, this dynamic that we have, because he's Aries, he's this program who becomes sentient, and I'm a human, and the two of us together, I'm sort of teaching him what it is to be a normal person.
I'm glad you described it, because remember when he was here yesterday, he got to set like 2 seconds before he went on live.
Literally.
Wow.
Literally sat down. So that's his method.
Yeah. Did he go by Jared? Was he method Jared?
He went by Jared. He was great. He was great. He went by Jared here.
I love seeing this side of you, Greta. This is awesome.
Well, you know what?
Awesome.
And Greta, next time you come, please, during the commercial break, do not discuss what's going on the morning show. Robin and ruin it.
With your
Spoiler.
spoilers.
If she were our boss, she'd have to admonish Robin for that.
Good thing the cameras weren't rolling, honestly.
I didn't give it up too much. You guys got to catch up. I'm already on. Okay, but we got to tell you that Tron Ares hits theaters nationwide tomorrow, and also tomorrow, Jodie Turner-Smith. She's going to be here.
So we gave your shopping fingers a break, but we're back now with round 2 of Deals and Steals. Tori's here again with more great savings for the home, and they all start, Tori, at 50% off.
Yes, okay, so you gotta feel this one from
Gorgeous.
Softy. That's their vintage velvet fabric. It's unbelievably soft, and we have it in 3 different style ways. So that one that you've got there, it's that crew neck with a little pin tuck pant that adds that little just touch of elevated comfort, so people don't know that you're wearing the most comfortable clothing. Looks a little fancier. Then we've got a V-neck, and then on the end there, quarter zip with joggers. Yeah, so it looks like, you could be running errands, you could be laying on the couch, you go out to brunch, but you are gonna feel unbelievably comfortable, super stylish, all of the beautiful fall muted colors, and it's all 50% off.
I like the zip up. It gives you a little something fancy.
There you go.
All right.
All right, Lugs making their GMA Deals debut. The entire top assortment is their men's collection. We've got women down there on the bottom. What you need to know is that this company for more than 30 years has been focused on design and style and materials that will outlast the trends. So these are the shoes that you see all the time because they're just tried and true. These are made with phenomenal materials and construction, so they're shoes that you can count on, which is what I like to think about them with. We've got a big assortment of sneakers, faux fur line.
Yeah, I was going to say, you've got the faux fur there.
Yep, and then we've got the work boots, huge assortment. This is the big assortment here, even more that you'll find online. All slash and half starts at $25.
I love the white sole. I love a white sole.
I know you like the white sole.
All right, what's going on?
R & Co. You also like good hair care.
I
do.
do.
This is cutting edge hair care led by a collective of hairstylists from around the world, some of the best in the business, and we've got all of their best-selling products. Bestseller right here, this dry shampoo.
Okay.
So it's called Death Valley Dry Shampoo. They have sold 22 million of those bottles right there. That tells you a lot. But all I could add to that is that it absorbs oil, leaves your hair looking sort of fresh, voluminous, ready for the day without having to wash it. Personal favorite of mine, this little sleep mask right here. Put it on overnight, wake up with hair that looks better and is more repaired than it was when you went to sleep. We also have this entire collection in the middle is the Dallas Biotin Thickening Collection. If you need mega thickening in an instant, that is the collection for you. You can't go wrong with any of these products. Plus, they're 50% off.
Well, you can't go wrong with that, and 22 million people can't be wrong.
Exactly.
Okay.
Clean people. We've got detergent sheets. Everybody loves these because
they're
perfectly portioned for your laundry, so there's no spills, no mess, no big plastic jug. We also have the options for the pods that have some stain-busting enzymes added to them. These do the trick. A lot of times people think, do they work? Yes. Grass, mud, chocolate, no match
all
for
gone.
these. They're phenomenal, all 50% off.
Love the dishwasher tablets too.
We've got for the dishwasher.
Super smart. Okay,
Then
this is beautiful.
This is beautiful. So cook on your countertop. This is a smart skillet. So it allows you to do stir fries. You can sear, you can make soups, rice, any number of things. 10 different modes to set, but it goes right on your countertop, and then this comes out that can go right into the dishwasher.
Oh,
so
that's great, because they're hard to clean. That's smart.
Super convenient, and this is their famous non-stick, all slashed in half from Green Pan. This will be your countertop hero in the kitchen.
It's gorgeous.
And then finally,
what's this, Tori?
Pizza.
That smells so good.
Maltese is the kind of the hero of Chicago.
It smells so
This right
good.
here is a gluten-free deep dish.
So I can do
4 generations passed down. It's got that flaky crust that they're known for. You'll choose your own 3-pack of these. Huge assortment of toppings. 3-pack, 50% off plus free shipping.
I'm choosing this.
It's so good.
I want to talk now, but I've got a big bite. Thanks, Troy. We partner with all these companies on these great products. You can get them all, including this pizza that I'm eating right now on gmadeals.com. Just scan that QR code.
You don't bring it back.
He's back with a snack for our 50 States in 50 Weeks tour. Rhiannon Alley's there with 90 seconds of what makes the Bluegrass State so memorable. Hey, Rhiannon.
Hey, George. Good morning, guys. Yes, it may be horse country here in Kentucky, but it's also the home to world-famous bourbon and scenic beauty like the Appalachian Mountains that will take your breath away. And those are just a few of the things that make Kentucky so special.
We're saddling up in the Bluegrass State, nestled between the Ohio River and Appalachian Mountains. Kentucky joined the Union in 1792, becoming the first state in the western frontier.
They're off.
In Louisville, yes, it is pronounced Louisville, you will find the most exciting 2 minutes in all of sports.
It will be sovereignty to rule the Kentucky Derby.
The Kentucky Derby is the longest continuously running sporting event in the country. Bring on the barrels. Kentucky producing 95% of the world's bourbon.
Okay. I invented Post-its.
And 100% of all Post-it notes.
Because the house always wins.
The state also birthing Hollywood royalty like George Clooney.
I volunteer as tribute.
And Jennifer Lawrence, as well as boxing icon and 3-time heavyweight champ Muhammad Ali. And TV Hall of Famer, our very own Diane Sawyer. Even America's most famous Colonel, Harlan Sanders, created his world-famous original recipe of Kentucky Fried Chicken in the city of Corbin. And these 2 Kentucky sisters, Patty and Mildred Hill, changing the way we celebrate birthdays forever by composing the Happy Birthday song. When it comes to America's pastime...
Are you crying? Are you crying? There's no crying in baseball!
The Louisville Slugger is in a league of its own as the official bat of Major League Baseball.
And Southern charm, friendly people. Kentucky really has it all. It has a vibrant culture as well, but it's really the horses that steal the hearts of this community, and now the rest of the country as well, including me as well. Just look at this face. So adorable, guys.
Gorgeous.
Beautiful horses.
Oh. Look at that scenery, though.
Gorgeous.
It must have been great being there, Sam.
It really is. And mornings in a place like that, so beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rhiannon. Coming up on our GMA Toy Lab, we've got a team of kids trying out some of the winners of the annual Good Housekeeping Toy Awards.
We're back now with one of our favorite traditions around here, the GMA Toy Lab. Our toy experts are hard at work trying out the most exciting toys from the 18th Annual Good Housekeeping Toy Award. There they are right there, our little toy testers. Lexi Sachs, the Executive Director of Strategy and Operations at the Good Housekeeping Institute, is here to show us the toys that made it past our 250 tiny inspectors, and they're all shoppable. So, you know what, Lexi? Welcome to the show, first of all.
Thank you.
And we're going to start out with toys that are for babies. So what do we got?
Yes, we can't forget about the babies. So these are Love Every play kits, and what's great about these is that they're designed for development at very specific age ranges. So we have some examples of the kits out here from 3 months to 12 months, and really giving them what they need at that specific age range that they're at.
3 months to 12 months.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have that. Now we're going to go to toys for toddlers.
Yes.
And these are all under $20?
Yes, these kits are blockables from Melissa and Doug, under $20, different themes. What's great about them is kids can build them. And parents were amazed. Their 2-year-olds were able to put these pieces together on their own. And these boxes are really great landscapes for the play. So not just good for storage, but also actually part of the playtime.
Oh, I love that. I love it. A 2-year-old can do that?
A 2-year-old can do this. We had several parents say that they could easily put it together, which is amazing.
I may struggle at 53, but okay, good for those.
You got it.
Okay, now it's preschoolers. And what makes these toys so popular? Because they are loving it down there.
Well, we know fire trucks and we know Paw Patrol is really popular, but what's great about this is it has this projectile water launcher on here, so really getting into the play. Another thing we love about this is the size. It's large enough that it's really good for sharing. You can see we've got multiple kids on each fire truck, and that was something that parents loved. Great for siblings, great for play dates.
Yeah, great for siblings and play dates. They'll do that together instead of argue and possibly fight each other. All right, now the kid category, you have 2 toys. And these toys will keep them busy for a while.
Yes, so this here we have Bee Toys. This is a balance beam. It's modular, so kids can set up whatever obstacle course they like. It's really cool for indoor play, staying active, and also it's a sensory experience. So all of the different stones here and the beams, they have different textures on them, and one of them is actually musical, which is great for, you know, interactive play there as well.
And what do we have here?
Here we have magnetiles. So these are micro magnetiles. So magnetiles are the shapes that you build with magnets. But what's awesome about these is that they're small for travel, and kids who love magnetiles are loving the fact that this is a new novel way to play with them.
Okay, well, I'm gonna let you finish this because I'm gonna play with these tiles.
Yeah.
That's quite fun. There, build
really
something
fun.
there.
It's really fun. Keeps them busy for hours.
All right, now our last one we got right here.
Yeah, so this is Barbie's new dream camper. So many different accessories that come with this, and also different areas to play with. We've got a pop-up tent, we've got a fishing pond, a grill. So this parent said there were so many different stories that their kids came up with when they're playing with it, and it kept them busy for so much longer than they could have possibly expected.
Which parents love, because the kids are having a good time, they're learning something, they're playing a little bit. And you said that these kids that we have here in our studio, they were actually part of the program, because I noticed they're cute little lab coats.
Yes, these are all of our actual kid testers. We had over 250 kid testers helping us pick the best toys this year, and these kids were part of that, so we can thank them for all of these great picks.
All right, kids, you have a good time today? You having fun?
Yeah.
That's right, you're having fun. I love it. And thank you for your testing. You're going to help a lot of other kids out there because of that. Lexi, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And these products, they're all shoppable on our website. And be sure to catch the latest issue of Good Housekeeping, which is on newsstands right now.
Thanks to Rhiannon and our crew in Kentucky. What a gorgeous morning there. Beautiful. And here as well.
For more news, check out What You Need to Know anytime on Disney Plus, and have a great day.
Bye.